Hello everyone, I'm Josna Deshmukh from Poddar International School ICSE, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. I'm the computer faculty. Today we are going to learn about computer memory. Before we are going to start a topic, can you tell the name of a place that you have visited during the last summer vacation? And tell me the at least two memorable activities that you did there. Many of us start recalling where I went, what I did there. Okay, so some of us went to the Goa. They have seen the Mangeshi Mandir. They have done they have played the lot of water sports activities and many more things. Some of us went to the Kashmir. They have seen the Tulip Garden, Shalimar Garden, Mughal Garden. They have done the Dal Lake Safari. They have seen the Shankaracharya temple. Yes, if I will tell you, can you able to sing your childhood rhyme? Yes, many of us remember still now what our childhood rhymes. Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar, no, Papa. Have you ever thought how we remember our past? Yes, we remember our past from our brain. Whatever we have seen, experienced, heard, it will stored in our brains. Whenever we want, we can recall all the past information from our brain. Similarly, data gets stored in computer memory. Similarly, data gets stored in computer memory. Whenever we want, we can see that data, we can recall that data from computer memory for our future use. Today we are going to learn about computer memory. Okay. Now, what is this data? What is this information? Data refers to any raw, unorganized facts and figure. Data can be a text, can be a alphabet, can be a image, can be a sound, can be any picture also. If I will say number 27, do you get something from it? No. When I will say my roll number is 27, I am 27-year-old, then it gives you meaningful and useful information. Yes? When this raw and unorganized facts and figure, this data gets processed and analyzed, it gives meaningful and useful information. If I will say today's Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar temperature is 41 degrees Celsius, this is your meaningful information. All this data and information combined together, it makes file, and file gets stored in your computer memory. Whenever we want that file information, we can open the file, we can able to access the file in future whenever we required. In future whenever we required. Now, the files are created using the various application like your MS Paint, Notepad, MS PowerPoint, MS Word, any programming file which gets stored in computer memory. Now we know that the computer memory is a very important part of computer. It stores all the information, data in the form of files in the memory. And whenever we want, we can recall it, we can access that files in future. Okay. Now, what is this computer memory? We have seen computer memory is further divided into two parts, primary memory and secondary memory. Have you ever thought how we will remember our past? We remember whatever we have seen, heard, experienced, because it is stored in our brain. It is stored in our brain. And whenever we want the things, we can able to recall any time from our brain. Similarly, data and information get stored in computer memory. Whenever we want to access the data, we can able to recall that data, that information from the computer memory. Now let us learn about computer memory. Now you heard about data. What is this data? If I will tell randomly 197% Asmita, do you have to get some idea about it? No. If I will tell roll number 1, Asmita got 97% in her ICSE 10 standard examination, then that statement becomes meaningful. Yes, data is any kind of raw and unorganized facts and figure. Data can be in the form of any text, any number, word, as well as image also or sound also. Okay, this data, when this data gets analyzed, gets processed, it becomes meaningful information. What is information? Data gets processed and analyzed, it gives some meaningful result from it, meaningful output from it, that is called information. If I will tell now the Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar temperature is 41 degrees Celsius, it is meaningful. My roll number is 1, it is meaningful statement. I am Josna Deshmukh, it is meaningful statement. This data and information, when we collect together, and it forms a file, and all the information which contained in the file we stored in computer memory. Okay, in computer memory. Now what are the files? What are the different types of files using the different application like MS Paint, Notepad, MS Word, MS PowerPoint? The files which we are creating using this application we can store in computer memory. Read-only memory. It is a type of primary memory that stores data permanently. It is known as read-only memory because it reads only its content. We cannot erase the content, we cannot rewrite on it. It contains the instructions required for loading the operating system when we start the computer. These instructions are stored by the manufacturer of a computer. This memory is also called as non-volatile memory, means it contained the data permanently, but it stored the specific type of data which is given by the manufacturer how the computer system will run. Now, the next type of memory is your random access memory. Random access memory is used to store the data and programs that the computer is currently working on. For example, whenever we start the computer, it loads the operating system in our RAM. Whichever application like MS Paint, Notepad, MS PowerPoint, whichever application we want to work on it, it will first load in your computer random access memory. Random access memory is volatile in nature. It cannot store our data permanently. If the computer is switch off or power supply is switch off, it erases its content. So it is called as volatile memory. So the ROM stored the specific type information which is given by the manufacturer, and RAM is storing the data temporarily. So we require to store our data permanently in the computer. So another type is there that for that purpose, that is your secondary memory. Secondary memory will store the large amount of data in the computer permanently. Whenever we want to access the files from it, we can easily able to access it. We can easily able to modify the content from the files also. We can able to delete the files from it also permanently. Okay, so today we have learned about computer memory and its part. In next lesson we will learn about more in details in secondary memory and their different type of storage device. Thank you so much. Keep watching.